3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Did Herbert leave at work, sir?
What now?
Was that the countdown for you pressing the button or the countdown?
was.
that
We're
live?
We are
live,
currently
guys.
live right this second.
Hooray.
And by the way, I'm sorry we're late tonight. It's all my fault. I had to work, and I got home early, so I thought, hey, I can stream. And then literally none of that happened. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong, so we're late because of me.
And that's what's important.
We're
And
here.
we will go back almost 100 years to the last great economic recession, not the one we're currently in.
We're not there yet.
We're
That's
getting there.
predicted
We're on
in
our way.
2024. Calm down.
This one, the one a few years ago, or the one a few years before that?
Oh shit, hang on, I'll be right back.
The one a few years ago was more of a housing crisis.
No, the one in between that one and this one.
Yeah, the 2006.
Yes. Welcome back to the Dust Bowl Blues, the Great Depression, Changeling, the Dreaming.
Howdy, howdy.
So last time we left off,
HTG.
Hey, what's up, HCG? Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
And
thank you for
Anai.
showing up.
Is that my dude?
Yes.
It's been a while, man. Yeah.
The last time we left off our intrepid motley, Chaz was trying to get a job after managing.
Chaz was trying to get a job in the recession.
Yeah,
True.
and he's succeeding. But you almost had the "It's a Wonderful Life" moment. I don't know if you've seen the film.
I'm familiar with the film. Which part in particular?
The scene where the main character goes to the banker, Mr. Potter, and Mr. Potter offers him a job, and he's about to shake his hand and take the job because he offers him a bunch of money. He's like, "Wait, what the hell am I doing? Fuck this guy!" And this man is evil.
I knew that going in. I'm
Yeah.
loyal opposition.
Yeah, you were like, I am
Mr.
taking
Potter.
this job. Yeah, like I am destroying the industry from the inside.
Hell yeah.
So while Chaz is trying to get a job after the previous manager of the Vanderburg Cattle Co. and Estates mysteriously shot himself under unknown circumstances.
You're 100% right, HCG. I know. Believe me. I know. I haven't forgotten.
While Kyle and Adam decided that they needed to get back to the freehold in San Antone, and turns out that's not as easy as it sounds, as there is currently a supernatural desert that seems to have formed around the city of Crucifixion, and currently their only hope of escape to San Antone is to take a trod. And before they decided to leave, they decided to pick up breakfast.
Yeah.
Which is where we left them. Whereas Tom is currently re-establishing his relationship with his old mentor, who has taken up a bit of rabble-rousing under the hire of a former crewmate of theirs in the old Rustlin gang, who has set them up with the local branch of the Ku Klux Klan, and they are doing some less than proper means of property seizure, and that's where we left off.
Okay, but sorry, but something came up that I have to attend to, so I'm gonna have to back out tonight.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Is
Shit.
everything all right?
You okay?
Understandable.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, I gotta go.
If I can offer help, by all means, let me know, buddy. Just be
Alright.
safe. Hope everything's good.
Yeah, everything's fine. Thanks. Okay.
So, while Mon Jarston is heading off to go see his mentor,
Mr. Snurb 2020, hey, how's it going?
What up?
Welcome to the stream.
so we'll start with you, Adam and Kyle.
Actually,
you guys
Josh, I will, storyteller to storyteller, I will make you a slightly devil's bargain right now. Since I wasn't going to be here anyway, if you just want to do trod shit with Adam and Kyle today, especially since I was the reason we're late, I'm 100% cool with that. I will be totally happy just watching and hanging out. I might make snide comments every once in a while, but I will consider that fair.
We'll see how things go right now. We'll see how the turn of events may go. But if that is what happens, that is what happens. So you guys were at the diner across the street from the hotel that you guys are technically no longer squatting at.
Hell yeah. Guys,
were
we
trying
did it.
to-
We squatted so long, we officially own it now.
Squatters' rights, goddammit.
Hell yeah.
Well, technically, Chaz got the deed to the building. I forgot
because
if
we
you got
were
the
there.
full- Yeah.
It's like, might as well give it to the guys taking care of it.
I
Oh,
actually
wow.
think it takes quite a while to fully establish squatter rights. It's not the recommended means of establishing ownership, but by
Yeah.
golly, you guys did it.
Few months.
You guys are at the diner. You guys are raising spirits a little bit by playing some music. What are you guys going to do now? You
Episode
played-
15, nice. I will get the I think I'm behind one episode. I will get it uploaded probably sometime this week. Again, apologies to HCG. He's 100% right.
What's
Chaz
the
puts
plan?
himself in the corner. Sorry.
You guys had your grits, you had your biscuits, you had your postums.
Your fake Depression era coffee. Your dandelion pie.
Well, now that we spent a good hour here making everyone not hate life for
An
quick
hour.
second. Yeah. Well, it has to be at least an hour for it to kick in. Well, Paul, I think we ought to get going.
Hit the old dusty trail.
Maggie will take your coffee cups and she's like, "Where are you all heading to?"
We're gonna go out, see what we can kind of find out here. We haven't really had a chance to, I guess, sort of explore the surrounding areas, just sort of as a new local residents.
She's like, "Well, right now it's mostly dust, but if you need any directions anywhere, feel free to ask."
All right, I appreciate that.
Do you know how to get to Fairyland?
Is there anywhere interesting in town you might be able to tell me about, though?
Anywhere interesting?
I don't know if there's a potential hook or not, so figured I'd poke.
She's like, "Well, just about all the interesting places around here shut down once the jobs went away."
That's fair. Well, hopefully soon we'll be able to make a new interesting place.
Yeah.
Kind of working on it.
Well, if you're looking for businesses, we could always wish somebody would start at the old movie theater again.
Movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Well, I wonder if the man in charge might know somebody that could handle that. My man in charge, not, I guess, the mayor? Do we have a mayor here? I don't know how this place works.
I have a city hall. Nobody's been to it.
Huh.
But I actually
Poor
think,
Josh. I've been there. I've had sheets and sheets of NPCs that nobody ever interacts with.
I actually think Melinda was on her way there, but she was unable to make it tonight.
Oh. All right. What's the waitress's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Well, Maggie, I appreciate you letting us take up space in here for a little while. We'll see you around. I'll tip my
Don't be
hat.
strangers.
Wasn't planning on it.
Now, do you leave a tip, or you
Yes.
just tip your hat?
I tip my hat and flick a nickel or something. Leave it like spinning on the table as I like disappear out the door. You know, one of those like those little effects. But like the time she looks down and sees the spinning nickel fall, I'm already out the door.
Okay. Adam, are you just gonna sit there and stare at the nickel, or are you following?
I'm staring at the nickel for a bit on the way out.
Pick it up with your feet and just do one of those.
She's like, I'm not sure I want the tip anymore. Sir, you need to leave.
I was going to say, fun fact, you can blame the Great Depression for tipping culture in the United States.
True.
I did not know that.
Hmm. That's why it stands for to. Well, I believe that's the alleged term. It's like to inspire prompt service or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, people who still had money wanted better service, and so they started, tipping, sliding some money on the table, be like, serve me first, instead of serving all customers equally. And then we just
stay
decided,
close.
yeah. And then we just decided this is how we wanted the service industry to be.
Well, it's a cheaper way for more people to open up restaurants, and then they decided to do what America does best and put that shit on a conveyor belt and assembly line. That bitch. Mass production. There you go. We mass produced it like everything else here.
All right, heading out the door. What's the plan?
Hello, Daestra. How's it
Daestra.
going? Yeah.
Man, we got all the cool people out here.
I hear you, Daestra. Tom and Gothcat make my life better too. You're stuck with us slubs.
Yeah, poor Tom had something to do. That guy is so wrapped up in like stuff he has to take care of. I feel for him.
You're stuck with the beard crew.
I forget that I'm technically part of that. I just forget to shave for a while and I get lumped in.
Yeah, you stumbled into it.
I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. So yeah, Paul, what are you doing?
Flips the nickel in my toes.
They're gonna put up a sign because Maggie's gonna get sick of like you drinking coffee with your toes.
It's gonna
like
be
holding the cup.
The no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Shoes must remain on the entire time you're in the building. Something like that.
Too poor for them shoes. They're gonna have like the holes on the.
No feet on the tables.
Adam, I have a genuine question for you. Why did you take Dexter's toes? Like, how did you imagine that coming into play?
Adam,
oh man, if I'm ever captured and tied up and my hands are bound, ho ho ho, they've got a surprise coming.
Well, I mean, he's a knocker, right? So like his whole thing is tinkering and building. Like, how many times I have been working on something and be like, God, if I had a third hand, he has 4.
Yeah,
like he's ape man. Like he's got 4 fucking hands.
He's like that.
As a tinkerer, that's kind of brilliant.
I can't keep track of his tags, bro.
Not even I can't.
All right, gentlemen, what's the plan here?
Adam, do we get a tag list somewhere? Well, I mean, I gallivanted out the door. I'm ready to head out towards the Trod with whatever provisions I got.
You got your hobo knapsack.
Got my hobo knapsack, my cigar box guitar, some bit of food, and I don't know, hope.
Adam, are you taking anything with you, or anything that you have with you that you'd like to specify?
Just the sonic screwdriver, because that's the only thing I care about really.
In your overall pocket?
Yep. My overall pocket.
Do you have like the '90s girl overall pocket with like the sunflower on front, like just the one big front pocket?
Yeah, that sounds good. The overall pocket. Cool. With the fanny pack over the shoulder.
So I believe you guys said that you didn't take the car, or you plan on taking it now?
No, we're leaving the car.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not taking the car, yeah.
We don't want to attract more suspicion towards the Trod than necessary, and if we leave our little jalopy out there, well, we're gone for an indiscriminate amount of time.
So it's pretty early in the morning. There's not a lot of movement right now on Main Street, so probably not anybody to be watching, although if you're heading out towards the shares.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the plan.
Okay. So you've been to where the trot was out towards where an arroyo used to run.
Mm-hmm.
The sun's beating down. It's that lovely Texas summer heat that lasts until October.
Yeah.
And there's just a bit of sand blowing across the ground. As your feet sinking into it come to the area where you notice the
Oh, it's summer when the
anomaly.
wind slows down.
Yeah. Where the wind seems to be circling a couple of tumbleweeds.
Well, Paul, cause here we are.
So, what do we do here? We just walk in, or
We go in,
is there-
and we hope for the best, man. You got to remember, we might not come back.
should we like hold hands or something? Because in case we get lost, or just jump in randomly.
Sure, man.
Three?
If it makes you feel better, I'll stand in solidarity with them. My brother. I'm gonna take Kazaz's hand as we walk up towards the trods, spiraling tumbleweeds.
HTG, you gotta admit, his atomic crack pipe was OP.
It was so good.
Like, wasn't the atomic... No, that was Swolnir. Okay. It was Swolnir that destroyed the underwater city. But the atomic crack pipe did fucking work.
Yeah.
When we talk about that game, it sounds so much crazier than when we were playing it.
No, it was
Somehow it
stupid both times.
Yeah, but I guess when we were playing it, we were under the understanding that this is supposed to be some like campy monster bullshit. But when we talk about it, it's like, remember that time?
I want to play the Gothic horror one so bad. They came from beyond the grave.
That's cool.
With the spooky theremin music playing.
We have so many games on the list, though.
No,
Oh,
but
true.
sorry, we approach the tumbleweeds.
So you guys clasp hands as the air almost seems to stop, and you walk into the circle, and nothing happens.
Sick. How do we activate the truck?
That is an excellent question. So, from the information you guys had gathered, there is typically some means of accessing the trod. There are multiple things it can be. It can be perhaps a password. It can perhaps be a condition, or it can be something else.
Okay. So, can I examine the area, see if I can notice anything or pick up on anything?
So you're just kind of generally investigating the land nearby.
Yeah, like seeing something that it like may seem natural but isn't, or like where like looking for something hidden, or like just whatever clues to I might be able to find to give me an idea of like what this trod specifically needs.
For now, why don't you just give me what were you about to say, Adam?
I'm saying the Blue's Clues.
Oh. What you got over there, Blue?
The trod there, boy.
Why don't you give me a perception alertness? Or perception investigation, probably, is the more appropriate one.
Okay. Perception.
Perception it is.
Should I do it too, or?
Yeah,
One success.
I'm a little bit looking around too. See what I can see is.
I know I have travel magic HTG, but like.
Yeah, you can't travel to the trot with travel magic. Yeah. We got 2 successes.
That's why hopefully I may have like a more. I might actually be able to understand because I understand travel magic. At least that's the reach I'm going for.
Yeah.
So we have a combined 3 successes, is it?
So as you guys are kind of looking around, obviously the major anomaly is the fact that the wind seems to be circling around here.
Mm-hmm.
But looking around, I will say, Kyle, you notice that the area where the wind seems to be making these tumbleweeds kind of circle, it's in a bit of a groove deeper than the rest of the arroyo.
Mm.
While Adam, as you're kind of looking through the dirt, you find what seems to be a little trilobite fossil.
I'll pick it up.
I'd like to go closer to that interesting groove in the ground.
You're currently in it if you're looking at directly at where the tumbleweeds seem to be circling.
I want to walk in the groove in the direction the wind is blowing.
Okay.
If it's blowing in a circle, right? So I want to kind of trot around.
So you're kind of walking in the circle following the wind?
Yeah. See
Okay.
if that I get taken with the wind. I don't know.
What are you doing, Adam?
Gonna go up the opposite direction and see if anything. Yeah.
So one of you is going kind of
Is it-
clockwise with the wind that's kind of blowing right here,
The other's walking a lot slower the other direction.
and the other one is working counterclockwise.
Yeah, one of us gotta work.
Got to trudge to the trot.
Yeah.
And that does not currently seem to be doing anything.
Oh. Can I use my kenning, or not kenning, gray mare to
Figure out what to do.
investigate, right? That's what we use.
You can do
Looking for fey things because we are at a fey place.
You can give me perception, Greymare.
Come on. 3 successes.
3 successes. So trying to look at the area, looking beyond what the mortal area seems like. It's kind of difficult. It's almost like trying to look at the world with dirty glasses as you're trying to focus through that haze, trying to see to the other side. And rather than seeing anything, you kind of smell something. And it almost seems to be coming not from the vortex where the tumbleweeds are circling, but out of it. And it kind of smells like dirt and water, like mud or petrichor.
Okay. I want to follow that scent.
If you're following it, it kind of just leads into the middle of the circle where the tumbleweeds are going.
So what would happen if I were to dig down?
That is up to you.
I want to dig down.
How are you just kind of like trying to scoop sand out with your hands?
I guess so.
Adam, what are you doing?
Is there a way to know from the previous? I guess from the Fey. I guess lore that we would know how to access the Trada. I think how to say it. From a previous Fey, our Fey knowledge would know.
Yeah, that HGG has a point. Yeah, I mean, I'll take out my canteen and pour water on the ground.
The water for the homies.
So are you digging or are you trying to pour some water out?
I guess I'll dig part way and then be like, wait a minute. Maybe. And I'll grab my canteen and pour it into the area where I was smelling the wet dirt towards.
All right, Adam, what are you doing?
I'm already digging there.
Can you guys not hear me? Or
you cut out a little bit, but I'm able to hear you when you are speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, is there a way to like have the knowledge to, like, it's not like retrace, but like the knowledge that the Fae would have that they would know how to access the gray matter besides that we wouldn't know? Like, is there not an investigation, but
It's kind of what Kyle already did. You
yeah,
have the knowledge of Trods.
yeah,
You know that there's a connection between this world and the dreaming.
Yeah, like it's basically every trod has its own little puzzle to use it. You kind of have to know, and we're kind of hoping.
finding the way to do it. I got you. Yeah.
So Kyle
Yeah.
starts to
Makes
dig into the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And as you how deep are you digging?
Maybe like 6 inches to a foot. Like not very deep. I imagine if I get that far and I'm not getting anything, like I should probably stop.
So you dig about 6 inches, and it's a little difficult as the sand tends to keep filling the hole back in.
Yeah.
Until you stop, you take out your canteen, and you pour a little. You empty it completely, or you're just pouring a little bit of water.
I'm gonna start pouring and see what happens. I'm not sure I want to completely go without any water.
So you start pouring the water in, and as you're looking at it, instead of doing what water would normally do and just kind of like spread out and dissipate,
Mm-hmm.
it almost seems to be sinking down, straight down, almost to the point where it almost forms like a little sinkhole before it stops.
Yeah. Well, so I spend that.
I guess I'm gonna keep emptying my water to see how much sinkhole there is. Or I mean, so is the sand like actually depleting down, or is it just the water's depleting in?
The sand itself seems to be depleting down as it kind of moistens and.
I'm gonna keep pouring water. It's like this seems like it's working.
Adam, what are you doing?
Get the well, what Paul would probably do is get the fossil that he found and put it over the hole. See if that goes down there. Yeah.
You're digging down.
You get down, yeah. The fossil.
So as you completely pour your canteen over and the water completely empties out, about a hole the size of your arm seems to have formed that's kind of like sinking down.
How deep does it go?
Are you sticking something in?
I'll look.
So you kind of. What was that?
Paul's gonna put the fossil that he found.
The fossil in the hole.
Yeah, the fossil in the hole.
So you take the little. It's not a very big one. It's probably about the size of like a leaf.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of like drop it into the little sinkhole that seems to be forming, and it kind of just sinks in and disappears completely.
All right.
Can I get that back?
Yeah. Are you gonna try to grab it?
Yeah,
I want to stick my arm in.
So you see the trilobite sink, and so Gilbert kind of tries to grab it with his hand, and as you kind of put your hand in, it feels kind of wet and muddy, but your arm definitely goes all the way down.
Okay.
And rather than running into any kind of like clay or dirt, it just feels
like
pretty much
infinite.
like wet sand sticking your hand down.
Oh. Shit.
Person to fit in there.
I want to use portal passage.
I was going to say, basically, you're not feeling any hard surface. It's
like I could just sink through.
Yeah. Well, if the hole was bigger.
We don't have water.
Yeah, we're trying on water. We just had breakfast.
Yeah, you want to pee on the hole? Adam, come on.
Yes, Adam, piss on the ancient fairy magic. To be fair, it's the most Adam thing you could do right now.
It's true.
Like if you want to line up the Hall of Fame of Adam moments,
so
blowing a dude in a motel, atomic crack pipe, pissing on the fairy trod, it belongs there, man.
Yeah. trying to fit myself in there, like trying to squeeze myself through the hole. See first, there's a way. Yeah.
I mean, we need more moisture. I'm not sure if peeing is gonna be enough.
You don't know how much he can pee.
Fine, Adam, roll to pee.
Are you actually going to try peeing into the current wet hole into trying to make it bigger?
Not yet, though. That's a last resort.
I'm gonna roll to see how much fluid.
I like to think that Tuatha De Danann just looked down on this. And, yeah, this is what everything we worked for came to.
What were you about to try to do, Kyle?
How big is the circle?
Right now, it's about big enough that you can kind of sink your hand into it.
No, like the
hole
area that has like the groove around it.
Oh, so like it's an arroyo, right?
Right.
And so basically, it's like the river path that would typically run through this kind of an area.
Mm-hmm.
And so the area you're at, where the tumbleweeds seem to be flying, probably pretty deep. Like if the water was fully flowing, it'd probably be about 15 feet high.
Oh wow!
And at this point, it's probably about as equally wide. And you're kind of in a bit of a divot at the deepest point where it's almost out.
So I don't know if this will work and do anything. This is going to be your call, but I want to try and use portal passage on the ground to create like a 10-foot circular door in the ground to like try and open up the trod. And in that sense. And I mean, it does potentially cost glamour. So, I mean, that's what I want to do.
But if it
that's the like I don't have enough water to do this, so maybe fairy shit. Now what in tarnations is in here?
All right. So
use this as blood, just fucking drain Adam.
Okay.
Or me, I guess.
If you want to find out how much fluid the human body has, we can look it up.
Few pints.
So you're trying to open a door on the sand?
In a sense, kind of. Like ideally, if it. Yeah, I'm trying to use my ability to create doors to literally create a doorway into the trod. See if it would work.
I will say with your successful gray mares that likely is probably not going to work.
Okay. Then we're just fucked and we have to get more water. Adam, roll to pee.
Adam, are you really going to try peeing?
It's the last solution unless we go back to town. Where there's no water anyway.
I mean, there's probably some level of water. Probably don't need a ton. Enough. He's Chaz's character's brother for them.
What?
God. Somehow I don't think that's gonna fly.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
I'd prefer if you didn't kill my brother just to exsanguinate him.
So I mean, yeah, Adam, are you gonna try, or otherwise I'm just gonna have us go back to town to try and scrounge up some more water, or.
No, we already made it over here. Try to finish it, and then if not, we can try going back to town there.
So while I'm in this arroyo, would I be able to have any sense as to whether there might be like a source of water nearby?
If you followed it, you would come to it, but likely it's whatever source of water it did have, it dried up at this point due to the current ecological crisis.
Okay, so yeah, definitely we're going back to town. We're getting some water.
Roll the pistol, Josh.
What's up?
Oh my god, he's doing it.
You're actually going to try to pee?
Yeah.
All right. The important question is, Adam, how many cups of coffee did you drink?
We're
there for a while.
Ooh, I like that.
Like an hour.
What?
Video title: Adam rolled to pee.
Yeah. PS.
We're gonna get our fucking monetization blown off, but it's funny.
Hey, all of those words are totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not a big time streamer / content producer,
know.
so we'll get pinged for anything.
True.
It's when you're in the middle that they start banning you and noticing you and demonetizing you. It's like when you're big but not big enough for them to ignore the rules for you.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it, Paul. If you, I don't want to have to walk all the way back to town. I'm willing to fucking try this with you.
Yep.
All I know is we drank plenty of possums back at Maggie's, and
it's
been a walk.
A long walk.
I'm gonna pee somewhere along the trail. It's gonna be here or on the way back. Might as well do it now.
Yep.
All right.
Get her done.
Chaz, what kind of role do you think this is?
Constitution.
Constitution, but right, they have. I'm assuming stamina.
Yeah.
This isn't a contest of aim or how forceful you can piss.
Yeah, I think it's just how much you can hold in your body. So just roll. I would have him just roll stamina, unless you think like athletics or something would help. Like maybe he's got really good bladder muscles.
Survival.
Stamina, survival to hold your piss.
Oh no! Like I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Stamina firearms, Charlie. Come on.
I mean, if he had skills or talents, so
It depends on how big it is. Let's be real.
But, I mean, yeah, athletics could make sense since it's a physical thing.
Firearms.
We love you, HCG.
For now, why don't you give me straight stamina?
Right, stamina. 2.
2?
We got all 3? Yes.
Daestra argues it's an athletics check.
Okay, I'm willing to hear it. Explain.
Endurance.
So, that... Obviously, you successfully urinate, and unless you would have botched that roll. I'm assuming botching the roll is the equivalent of being bladder shy at a urinal.
True.
1 success is successfully peeing. 2 is, when you're trying to force some of it out, and 3 is that you're going for longer than most people are comfortable standing next to you at a urinal.
What the fuck is 5 successes?
5 successes is that, like, god damn, that person has been peeing a long time.
No, we had, was it Cacti? It might have been Cacti, or else it was John Smith the fish. So, like, they mentioned it once that like they had to pee for like 2.5 minutes or some shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the 5 successes is that 2.5 minute piss.
Yeah.
So you guys are peeing onto where Gilbert Boyle poured his canteen out.
Yep.
So you successfully managed to pee in the same spot.
Hell yeah.
And it seems the hole widens a little bit.
Self-control.
How little are we talking?
If it has widened enough as it starts to sink in, where you could probably, depending on how successfully you can squeeze yourself in there, probably fit like a head in one of your arms. And at this point, it's whether you want to get more water or try contortioning yourself in there.
Contortion yourself in the pee-soaked hole. Do it, you coward.
Now it is now literally a urine-soaked hole. And so now, because this is the path you have chosen, it's up to you whether you want to try to stick your hand or your head in there.
I like that. I like that subtle blame. Because this is a path you fucking animals went down. Josh, did you for a second foresee this when you came up with this?
What was that?
Did you see for a second foresee this when you came up with this scenario? It's like, I bet they're going to try and piss on it.
Try and squeeze in the hole.
Okay. No shit.
That feels like a dexterity athletics. All right. I can't botch this because I'm a satyr.
Oh, good point. You probably swam in pee before.
4 successes.
4
successes. Your immune system.
Adam, what are you going to do? As you see Gilbert Boyle just kind of has
Did he
the
disappear?
stoic look of determination as he just kind of dives into that hole that you guys have kind of widened a little bit.
I'm gonna try it too, I suppose. Can't be a coward now.
Athletics.
Can I, on my way in, can I like grab him and try and like pull him in with me?
I don't think it's wide enough for that.
Okay.
Three successes.
How many?
Three. Yeah.
3?
Yes. The water's warm.
What is the honest thought of Gilbert Boyle as he dives headfirst into a muddy hole made of his own pee?
Well, it doesn't smell as bad as cow piss, and I've dealt plenty with that. Just going for it.
Yeah, probably.
It's like he was a farmhand. Like this isn't anything to him at this point.
It's not the first.
This is fresh piss compared to like 5-day-old shit.
So you just basically decide to dive into this hole as you feel yourself kind of going deeper, and you can feel yourself start to submerge in.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, the amniotic smell of urine starts to dissipate, as that smell of fresh mud and water and reeds starts to hit your nose, as you kind of start pulling your way through, and you find yourself, your head kind of sticking out of basically a hole at the bottom of a river.
All right.
2 HCG. Could have done it with that shit.
Like, am I underwater?
Pulling yourself out? Yes, you are.
Oh shit! Yeah, I am definitely starting to swim. Actually, no. Wait, are we in fairyland now?
I don't know how you would tell, but it does feel different here.
Like
Yeah,
glamorific?
you just peed in the pool. It's all warm and shit.
That feeling of absolute suppression, like you're constantly walking, through 98-degree, 95% humidity, that you were feeling, that kind of feeling on your skin you were feeling before from banality starts to dissipate.
So it's go on. I'm sorry.
No. As you kind of like fully pull yourself out, and the water kind of starts to take you away. Adam, you kind of feel the little goat hoofs kicking you in the face as you kind of pull yourself out.
That's
and you
true.
feel the rush of water coming over you, and you realize you're stuck.
Oh, fuck. But try pushing myself like this, digging myself out with the feet and my arms.
Why don't you give me one more Dex Athletics? I will say this time at a difficulty 8.
I have.
As Gilbert, you kind of see Adam's now fully glamorized face, his big red nose kind of sticking out of the sinkhole as he's kind of squirming a little bit, as the water's rushing over him and the current is carrying you away. So what'd you get, Adam?
2 successes.
2 successes. All right, Adam, you are still stuck.
I want to use before I get like. You said I see his big ass red nose. I want to throw hopscotch at Adam.
Okay.
3, 4.
What does hopscotch do?
Hopscotch gives basically people the ability to jump insanely high or like make objects fly. Basically, I'm going to projectile Adam out of the ground.
Okay.
That's 4 successes. So Adam, you now have the ability to jump 5 stories straight up.
Oh, yes.
Or 150-foot broad jump. Whichever floats your boat.
Why don't you give me one more Dex Athletics checks, and this time we'll say it's at a difficulty 3.
And, how long is this jumping mode enabled?
I think it's kind of just the moment.
Wait, ones don't cancel as successes, do they? Or I can't remember in this one.
Yes.
So I didn't botch, but I have 1 success.
1 success.
Yes.
It was at this moment he
on the
knew
difficulty 3.
he fucked up.
Yeah, I got 2 ones.
Will it? I will say in this case, a success is a success. Is you kind of manage to, your spring-loaded feet kind of push you out of the water at this point, as you jump straight past the meniscus of the water, and you get a full view of what is now meeting your eyes. As it seems as though the river, or what the river would have been on the other side, is now almost 50 feet wide, and instead of the sandy banks you once saw, you now see what actually looks like greenery and trees, and even in the distance you can almost see animals grazing. You can't really make them out just yet.
Well,
Now how do you land?
I'll be damned. There's a whole waterway under the desert.
If it makes you feel any better, hopscotch does protect you on landing.
All right, are you going to land back in the water or on the bank?
On the water. Because I don't know I can.
So Gilbert Boyle, you see Paul Tinkerton just shoot straight up, and then you see his feet kind of floating in the water as he splashes back down.
Well, at least he's not stuck anymore. Kid acts like glamour grows on trees. Swear to God. I'm just gonna paddle over towards where he is.
Okay. You guys are kind of
And want to get him and kind of start moving towards the bank.
okay. That won't be terribly difficult, as you kind of just follow the
Current.
Yeah, you follow the current and kind of slowly end up towards the bank.
The face stole all the water. So, do we have any idea of what we're looking at? Because otherwise, I'm just dumbfounded.
Why don't you
what
give
year
one
is
of
it?
those sick intelligence Greymare checks?
Oh, great. I'm not great at that. Yeah, let me go explore things. I know stuff. 0 successes.
0 successes?
No ones.
What's the role? Intelligent or wits Greymare or
Intelligence Greymare.
I can do that for sure.
Try it.
Let's see, yeah. I have 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
He knows things. All right. That's more dice than I have.
So,
no,
Adam,
nothing, Johnson. Yeah.
your knowledge of the dreaming would indicate that this trot has currently dropped you off in what is known as the near dreaming, the area between the dreaming and the mundane world that are closest to each other. Hence, it currently reflects what would be seen on the other side.
Gilbert.
What was that, Adam?
Really, Gilbert.
Uh,
Between the
so I wonder if now that we're here, we could wander out past the ways we need to go.
and the real dreaming now.
And you'll know if you get to the far dreaming when you see it look like MC Escher dropped acid.
Yeah.
And that's also when things get dangerous. Not that it currently isn't already dangerous.
So, we're in the near dreaming. So this is what people are wanting, more or less. Like these are the dreams of the people in town.
Yeah, also the dreams of what was and what the people who used to live here dreamt of.
Cool. I want to head to town.
Okay.
Come on, Paul. Let's go see what we find.
It's just going to be brothels and bars.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
This is like a good time.
All right. I think this is a decent time to cut to Chaz.
Oh, I'm doing stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Where do we leave off with you, Chaz?
When I was in the room with Abelard, pumping him for
Yes.
information.
Wait, what was that?
When I was pumping him for information in the office.
Yes. And you shook his hand with the deal for I believe you were doing some of your changeling magic, weren't you?
I don't think I actually
activated you had activated Sovereign, and you were pretty much at the cusp of agreeing to be the next manager of the estate.
Yeah, the Sovereign I activated was effectively just presence. Like he just thinks I'm super cool and doesn't want to tell me no. But yeah, I have secured the deeds and agreed to be the new Bootstrap Bill.
Is there anything you want to specify about your agreement, or is there anything else you're going to try to do here?
With Abelard, no. I think I'm more or less done with him for the time being. I do need to speak with Agatha and Benson, however. What time of day is it? Like, I mean, it's still early, right? So it's like 8 or 9.
Yes.
Cool. So when I'm finished with Vanderberg, I'm assuming he's gonna go fuck off and do rich guy stuff. So I'm gonna probably try to find Agatha. I assume Benson's not here anymore.
Yeah, he's probably leaving with Abelard.
I figured as much. So I'm gonna go find Agatha.
Okay.
What is she doing at the moment?
She's kind of trying to reorganize and put everything where it was before Abelard came in and started like going through the papers, being what the hell is this?
Need a hand there, ma'am?
Oh, thank you. It's just, it's so hectic since the event that happened yesterday.
Oh, I understand, ma'am. I can only imagine how hard it's been on you. Well, I'll sort of start. I'm going to start helping her, like, straighten up the papers and stacking them together. I'm not specifically looking. Actually, no, that's a fucking bald-faced lie. I'm going to look for anything that might have, like, Salvatore's name on it. But I'm mostly just going to keep an eye open for anything that might be interesting.
Okay. Give me one of those sweet perception. This case, I'll say perception alertness.
My perception is 2. My alertness is 1. Son of a bitch. Can I talk to my own perception and convince it to work better?
Oh, it's called willpower.
What's my difficulty?
In this case, I'll say 7.
Uno, senor.
A single one?
I got 1 9.
A single 9. So as you're kind of like scanning over the papers, as you're kind of filing them away, you don't see anything with Salvador's name on it, But you do see, let's see. I will say you do seem to find some kind of correspondence. It might be like a memo or something between William Buckner, who you would remember as being the head of the local bank.
Cool. What does it say?
Are you gonna fully pull it aside to read it? The one success gets you the name at the top of the paper.
Yeah, I'll sort of like just nonchalantly pick it up and read it. It's not like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm a new boss. So yeah, I will actually like blatantly read it.
It is, as you open it, you get a good look at it. It's nothing like a personal correspondence. It's more of monetary transactions going between the Vanderburg estate and the.
I am so hard right now. I needed to figure. I needed this. I needed this. Please tell me.
Yeah, it's basically it's basically the paper kind of establishing, the money going between the estate and the bank.
Oh yes. Oh, this
transactions for properties and buying like debt and stuff like that.
Vanderburg's in the bank for buying properties and debt.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, teacher. May I have another? I'm actually going to pocket that.
Okay.
And as I do so, I'm going to say, well, ma'am, for what it's worth to you, it looks like I'm going to be taking over the business for our dearly departed Mr. Turner.
I didn't think you'd hire somebody so quickly, but I do suppose even these trying times, it's a big business.
Well, we both know
as it is.
We both know how busy Mr. Vanderburg is, and well, speaking of which, I need to get caught up on information around these parts as quickly as possible, and it seems to me like you'd be the person to ask. Have you had breakfast today, ma'am?
I can't say I have. I've been up early trying to go through all of the papers in Bill's office and try to find what Mr. Abelard was looking for.
What do you say we talk business over a nice plate of whatever the fuck they're serving down there in that? Hutch doesn't say that, but I don't know what depression era eats. How about a nice slice of water pie and some postums? I invite her to breakfast in a.
Are you going to the diner, or are you going to find something else?
No, we're going to the local diner, and I'm doing so in a professional manner. I'm not insinuating that there's anything more to this. This is clearly a business power breakfast.
the business power breakfast between the one manager and the one secretary.
It is for me so far.
All right, she will agree.
Okay. Are you switching back to them, or do you want to still do Hutch shit?
You go to the diner. Miss Maggie will offer you a seat. As Agatha is just kind of saying, the sheriff said he shot himself, but I don't know what would possess a man to do such a thing.
Well, I didn't know Mr. Turner too well. According to Mr. Vanderburg, he seemed to like the drink. I've seen that lead more than one man to ruin. Well, surely you must have some idea, Miss Agatha. Have you ever thought about it?
Oh, he always had a bit of a temper, very demanding, but I don't know, it's just so sinful. as Maggie comes by and she's like, "What can I get you to?" And she kind of puts an arm on Agatha and says, "I'm so sorry about all this stress that's been going on. It's hard times on everybody."
Miss Maggie, what would you recommend for two hard-working people enjoying their first meal of the day?
Well, it's always good to start
As
morning
Josh pulls up his document of Depression-era foods.
Depression era foods, and that I can't remember that I think it's called Depression era kitchen. I watched quite a few of her videos at this point, but there's a lot of sad food. If, if you could find a Hispanic community, which the city has, the food would be slightly better.
I mean, isn't it always? Let's be fair. We all live in El Paso. We know our tortillas are buttered.
There's always a hot pot of coffee with the biscuits and white gravy, grits, a little bit of butter, and even a little bit of eggs and bacon set aside that they kept around for Mr. Turner when he had his breakfast. One of the few people that could still afford a decent meal around here, as well as what do you call them? What do you call pancakes when they're not good? Not
Shitty
hot
pancakes?
Flapjacks? Hotcakes?
It's the one where they put like wheat or something in it. Basically, I don't know. We'll just call them griddle cakes for now. But there are a few options for somebody with a little bit of cash to spend.
Oh, we are 100% ordering some of the dead guy's bacon.
So you are ordering a full bacon, eggs, and postums
For two, yes.
with the side of biscuits and gravy.
Miss
So-
Agatha, I can't help but wonder, did Mr. Vanderberg ever ask Mr. Turner to do anything he wasn't always comfortable with? I'm not asking her while the waitress is here, by the way.
He's like, well, that's the thing. I don't think there's much that old Bill would do that. Well, I don't think I ever saw him say no to Mr. Abelard.
Well, of course not. No one says no to Mr. Abelard, but did he ever do something he wasn't comfortable with?
Oh, well, I think despite their difference in temperaments, they were about of a single mind as two people could be. A couple of hard-nosed businessmen, those two.
Well, it's the way of the world these days. Speaking of hard-nosed businessmen, who else was Mr. Turner frequently in contact with? I've met some of Mr. Vanderberg's business associates, and I'm just wondering who I should factor into meeting again.
Well, he was familiar with all the important men around town.
I see, as imagine as he would be. Who did he speak to most often?
I suppose other than Mr. Vanderberg, he was probably mostly talking to, Mr. Buckner. After all, that's where any money left in town would be.
And what frequently would be the nature of their discussions?
Well, I think business mostly.
Uh,
Any kind of home loan or anything that runs through this town, any property, all the shares.
I'm going to sort of lean in a really sort of conspiratorial tone. Was there anybody that Mr. Turner didn't trust?
Why don't you give me Why don't you give me some of that charisma persuasion?
Charisma Persuasion. Do I have that on my character sheet?
I don't know if persuasion is on there, but I think it was replaced with empathy on your sheet.
Oh, I can do that. I'm assuming my here's the plan doesn't apply here. I'm not telling her what to do. Okay. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
11 HCG, yeah.
2.
2 successes. Let's see here. Well, I can't say much for not trusting the business associates he had contact with, but well, he was always worried about the old father down at the Catholic Church. Says that well, he was riling people up about fair treatment and all. When things got difficult around here, a lot of their people tend to stick together, and well, I think they might have tried to form a union or something.
They're people, as in Catholics, ma'am?
Well, Catholics and the sort of people that tend to go to that kind of church.
I'm specifically trying to feel out how racist this lady is.
She's not H.P. Lovecraft racist, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, nobody was H.P. Lovecraft racist. That's an easy bar to clear. Alright, she's probably been around white people too long. Yeah. Did Mr. Turner think this was a credible threat to him somehow?
Well, a lot of the land around here is either outright owned by the Vanderbergs or loaned out to people by the bank. Most people are still trying to pay off their properties. That's why they're still called the shares. I think they were trying to get together and, well, I guess make that property their own. Try to make it so that they couldn't take it back.
How do they intend to do that?
Well, I don't rightly know. I wasn't a part of any of that kind of talk.
Oh, of course not, ma'am. Of course not. I imagine an upstanding person like yourself wouldn't be. But, that sounds dangerous. I might have to figure out what's going on there. Let me be a bit more direct, Miss Agatha. I got a bad feeling that Mr. Abelard might have a snake in his boot. It don't make no sense for a man that's got as many resources as he does, as many allies as he does, yet somehow his business just isn't clicking. Now, I don't mean to be telling tales out of school none, Miss Agatha, but I'm going to lean in and whisper, I think somebody might be skimming off the top from poor Mr. Vanderberg.
She kind of leans in and is like, who do you think be doing that?
I just started today, ma'am. I don't know. But, well, I wouldn't be honest if I didn't tell you that something's got my hair raised. Do you ever speak to Mr. Benson?
Well, no more than cordially to drop off, checks and deposits and the like. I had my money in that bank when, people started making the runs on him. And, Mr. Abelard, made sure that the bank was insured for its money.
Interesting. you wouldn't happen to have any sort of record of the checks and whatnot that Mr. Benson dropped off, would you? I might have to see those when we get back.
She's like, well, my filing's a little out of sorts, but I'm sure I could find them for you.
Oh, it's not a problem, Miss Agatha. I'm just getting my bearings myself. I won't ask too much of you, I promise. Basically, Hutch's plan is that Abelard deals with a lot of unscrupulous people.
Yes.
He's also loaded. Somebody's cooking the books. I don't know who. I don't have any plans. But, I know statistically somebody has to do it. So all I need is a fucking patsy right now. And I have no issue of throwing any of these scumbags under the bus. The Catholic priest, that's an interesting angle. So right now, the sheriff and the Catholic priest are looking at joining Team Hutch at the moment.
Oh, you're looking at courting them?
Essentially, I might have to do so at a distance. Because, I can't risk being seen in the enemy camp.
Yeah.
But if I've got any
information was shared with you, but so far the one person who's been to the church was Monjarston.
You went to the Catholic church? Oh, I guess he did. Okay.
Imagine when you guys had your meeting, some of that information was probably passed between y'all.
This is why I started writing shit down. What about the sheriff? It seemed like old Mr. Turner didn't like him much either, according to what Mr. Vanderburg told me.
Oh, well. Like a lot of towns, we elected our sheriff. He's a good man. But, between you and me, I think Mr. Turner probably thought the sheriff was a little soft on folks around here.
On who specifically, man?
Well, I don't think anybody specific. It's more that, well, I guess when Mr. Vanderburg tried to sick him on people, he wasn't much willing to do so unless he had a good reason to.
I see. Did he ever give a reason for these objections? I mean, Mr. Vanderburg's a wealthy man. I'm sure he could have made it worth his while.
Well, I don't think Mr. Vanderburg would try paying off the sheriff.
Of course not. I didn't mean to imply that he would. I just meant to say that, perhaps the sheriff could use a donation, is all I meant. Okay.
Do you have anything else you'd like to ask or do in this scene?
No, my goal is to what's up? Sorry.
No, just saying what else you want to do in this scene right here.
No, I'm just pumping her for information, so I will have a lovely breakfast with her. I will do my best to ingratiate myself to her and be as magnanimous a new boss as possible, and just essentially make sure the hose is primed the next time I need to know something.
Okay. In that case, you all may take your 2 XP for the session. As Kyle and Adam heroically peat themselves into the near dreaming.
Goddamn right.
You pissed yourself to sleep.
Hey, if it works, it's not
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
If it's stupid and it works, it ain't stupid. While Chaz engages in small town politics. Always riveting.
Hey, you say that, but I'm legitimately kind of stressed about this. Because I feel like I've got my hand on Abelard's jugular. I just don't know how to properly squeeze. And if I fuck this up, a lot of people get hurt. Oh yeah, I vote for Adam for peeing on Fairyland.
Same.
Was that initially your idea, Adam, to pee your way into the near dreaming?
Whenever he started pouring water, I'm like, I can do it, but I'll save my thoughts. Will I try something else?
Kyle, did you also say you voted for Adam?
Yep. I don't remember who specifically it is, but it's somewhere on there.
Adam, who are you voting for?
But Adam was definitely the first one to commit to peeing on the hole.
The first one to commit to peeing, I guess. That's the hard truth, I suppose.
Do you have a vote, Adam?
I'm gonna vote for I guess it's hard. They both did stuff that were beneficial. You gave it to Cal last time. I'll give it to Charlie this time.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have any votes in the chat? I currently don't have it open.
HTG has one for
HTG voted for Kyle for the stubble joke.
Yep.
Any other viewers that are available?
Anybody else?
Oh, Tom jumped in, but I think he just logged out again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hope things are well, friend.
So now I can ask you how do you think the trot worked?
I love you too, Daestra. Who?
How do you all think the trot worked?
Well, clearly, it has a pee-pee fetish.
I mean, clearly not very well. It seems like we add water and
It was the wet dream, as HTG said.
It was what?
It was the wet dream.
Yeah.
As HTG said, yeah.
Interesting that it stems from here.
I think also like my thought is called I think it's also like what the place needs is water, so that's what the dreaming needed to activate, kind of. That makes sense.
Everyone's
I had
dreams
a very
washed away.
for it of what it required to activate. It just happened to be a thing currently not widely available.
Yeah.
But gosh darn it, y'all figured something out.
Vasil votes for Charlie. Yeah.
I mean, you said it was big enough, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna raccoon my way into this bitch."
Yeah.
It's not a butthole, but it's
we're
close.
more dexterous than the average bear.
HEG voted for Chaz.
Oh, and Daestra voted for Kyle because he hasn't voted for him in a while.
And then Mazzy voted for Charlie, rather? Yeah, sorry.
If we have no more votes, I think Chaz takes it then.
Hell yeah.
I've got to save another copy of the PDF. Thanks a lot, guys.
Anytime.
Well, I know it was a bit of a short session, but
again, sorry about that. My fault.
No, it's all good. We can't help that we have to go to work like a bunch of regular assholes sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seriously, if I know it had been so delayed, I would have just told you guys go without me.
No, you're good, Chaz.
Cool.
Yeah.
Snurb also votes.
Snurb, thank you for voting for me. What is the reason for your vote, if I may ask? Also, thanks for being here in stream, Mr. Snurb. We always appreciate seeing new people. It's always awesome. You guys are great.
And then, Charlie, before you end stream, there's also a new fridge art from HTG.
A new fridge art from HT friggin' G. Let's look at that shit. Okay, I have to set this up. Where's my full Discord? There's the full Discord, and I need to figure out how to change fridge art Discord.
If HTG is still here, I saw the meme you made, and it's fantastic. The one of me that I haven't had a chance to comment on.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Dude, for real. Yes.
It's just when you're a sheet or a Ventru and you see incriminating documents, it's like finally my specialty.
No, because it's like I said, man. Like I know somebody. Okay, I don't know.
Hey, Mr. Snurb.
What I missed? God, I gotta get back to the Changeling.
Or I guess being a glass walker.
Later, buddy.
finding some incriminating computer files on Pentex to give to a journalist. It's like everybody made fun of me for picking the social guy.
My character's vaguely social.
My character is extraordinarily social. That's the only thing I can do. I don't notice shit half the time, but I can talk about it.
You're the guy with the fancy decorative sword. It's like this wasn't actually built for combat.
Would you recommend rating somebody? Yeah.
Okay, who's the recommendation?
I would say Lagstar, but I don't know if...
Oh yeah, Leg. Leg's cool. I like Leg.
Yeah, Leg's cool, yeah.
That means I actually have to get out one of these because I don't have Twitch open on the old computer. Yeah. The main one. Let's see.
You mentioned Water Pie earlier, Chaz, and Water Pie is like legitimately fucking depressing to my soul.
I'm down to try it at least once.
It's just the when I saw the recipe for Water Pie, I was like, oh my god. It's literally pie crust, water. You fill the pie crust up with water, you add a little bit of flour, and if you had it, you add butter and a little bit of vanilla extract. And I'm like, it's the Great Depression. They might not have even had the butter and the vanilla.
Yeah.
It would have just been freaking pie crust with more pie in it.
Yeah.
It's instead of like, oops, all berries, it's oops, all crust.
You know, there's like I think it's Boy Meets World. I think there was an episode where like the main character goes off and like they're in some podunk little town and he's eating pie at some diner and he asks this guy next to him, it's like, what flavor is this pie? And he's like, it's pie flavor. And it's like, I always thought that was like some dumb joke. And then like I find out about the food that they ate in the Great Depression. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure this is just a Great Depression joke that they managed to squeeze into the show.
It's like, water pie is pie flavor.
It really is. Like, what is this pie? It's just pie.
3.14.
Okay, guys, I'm sending us over to Lagstar. He's one of Amai's friends. I'm hoping he'll be one of our friends because Lag's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have a good night or a good morning wherever you are.
You people are wonderful and fantastic, and we are very lucky to have each and every one of you. We will see you next week-ish, hopefully.
Yep.
Red sandwich. God.
Oh, hey, let me stop streaming.